Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna say that don't forget, please, to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I've got a lot of information to share with you. So don't forget, please, to follow me on my Facebook page again. So I will be posting these videos both on Facebook and also on my YouTube channel. Please do that because I'm there to help people. I'm there to have an easy way to go to this part of the world, or to come to this part of the world that is Asia, because a lot of people are coming and they want to know much about how it is done uh, to, to, to come to this part of the world. And people have got mixed feelings about this journey to this part of the world, to Asia. Some people have been saying something that is not true. Actually, they've been saying that you cannot teach in Asia when you are not a native from a native English speaking country, which I'm disputing. And you have to listen to me what I'm saying, and I'm saying the truth that there are always a way. There's always a way to teach. Some of us have been here for quite a long time. 18 years is not a joke, if you ask me, because it's been a long time. So how would you say that non-natives are not are no longer allowed to teach in China? That's a blatant lie. That's a lie. So don't be discouraged by anybody who tries to, because we know the systems on the ground. When we know how to get around and play around with this, no system in the world that cannot be fixed. It can be fixed. So don't listen to people who say some negative comments or some negative issues about teaching in Asia. That when you're coming from such a country, you cannot. That's a lie. That's a lie. We've got people who've been coming to China, people coming to Vietnam, Thailand. They've been going there, and Japan and so on. They have been teaching there. So, right, my point that I'm gonna start today, I'm gonna focus on what you need to do when you are in a classroom situation. Okay, this is about classroom, how as a teacher, as a foreign teacher, how you should handle your class. This is very important because the way you handle your class determines the relationship that you have between you and the students, between you and the employers, between you and the parents. So you are looking at three stakeholders here. Okay, you are a foreigner. You are supposed to balance the equation. You've got the parents, they've got their own ambitions, they've got their own demands as parents, of course. The same with kids, the children, they also have their own expectations, they have their own interest when they're studying. The employers, they've got also their own interests, their own expectations when they see as well. So as a foreigner, you are there in the middle. You are in the middle. Okay? You are being surrounded by these three stakeholders. So you have to satisfy all of them. The students, the parents, the employers, which is a very mammoth task. If we look at, you cannot satisfy everybody, but in this case you have to summon all your knowledge, all your skills, how to handle a situation like that. It's like different when you are working in a training school. A person who is working in a training school differs, okay? Differs from the person who is working in a public school or a private school. Could be a primary school, could be a kindergarten, could be a middle school, could be a high school, even the university, colleges. So there are expectations. So I'm gonna tell you how. Let me give me a background about how I've been handling these kinds of situations in this part of in China actually. Yes, what happens is that you know virtually I've taught all the levels in China. I've taught in the kindergarten. I still remember I taught in the kindergarten when I came to China first time. I taught in the primary school. Because for someone who has been here for 18 years, it means I've taught virtually all levels in China. Kindergarten, I've been there. Training schools, I've been there. Primary schools, I've taught them. Middle school, I've taught these guys, and also high school students. And now I'm in the high school students. I'm teaching high school students. So even university, I went to the university to teach. I still remember when I was doing some part-time jobs, but I was not fully employed there. There was some part-time when I used to go to colleges and universities to teach some students there. So virtually, I taught all the levels in China. So you see the exposure, the experience that I've had, that I want to share with you, so that you understand when you come to this part of the world how to balance your work, how to make all the stakeholders happy in this. Because the most important thing is when you are working, because you know what happens. The tricky thing about working in this part of the world, especially in Asia, you must satisfy the parents, you must satisfy the students, you must satisfy the employers. But actually, let's say the employers and the parents, they've got almost the same interests. Okay, they got the almost, as long as when the employer, when the parent is happy, then the employers are also happy. But the tricky now is when the parent and the child, if the child feels you does not like your lessons, but the mother or the father or the parents think that, oh no, this guy is okay. You see, that's a terrible thing, because a child at times decides whether she or he wants to attend your classes. In most cases, even when the parent would want you to teach the kid, if the child says no, well, I'll tell you the reason. I'll tell you the reason. Maybe one of the reasons could be that the child does not want to learn, or another reason that they feel that this frontier is boring, those kind of things. But why do you call it boring when a frontier is teaching? I'll tell you about the expectations from the student's point of view. Okay, so I'll be explaining all this so that you understand. You get to know about all the things that are happening when you are teaching students in China. Okay, not only in China, but I know that in Asia, in most countries, it's like this. It's like the same. If you're teaching in Japan, you're teaching in South Korea, no matter where you're teaching in Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, even other parts of the world, even in Europe, the same thing. So when you are teaching especially in the training schools or kindergartens, yes. So as a teacher, what should you do? Right, as a teacher, you must be calculative in the way you handle your classes. One, you must satisfy a student. You know what? Let me just look at training schools. You know what about training schools? Training schools. These are these schools that operate on the weekends when the students are not going to their usual classes. From Monday to Friday, they go to the public schools, right? And then on the weekends, they don't go to their public schools. They choose. What course of action they would take, what uh, after school activities they want to do. Some would want to do, they want to pursue their studies, in some subjects where they feel they are lagging behind. So this is where the problem is, right? Now, you are in the school now. You are the teacher. You are the center of attraction because everybody is watching you. A foreigner, you know what you know what's interesting about being a foreigner, a foreign teacher for that matter, a foreign teacher. They want to believe that he's an expert, and you are given an expert certificate by the government that this guy satisfy us as a true expert. So you must produce, you must do your work according to the title that you would have been given as an expert. That's what happens in the field of teaching, right? So now you are in the classroom and there are students. They are watching you and they are learning. There are parents who are also watching. They want to see this foreigner. What are his skills, and how does this foreigner change the attitude of the child, or changes intellectually their kids, and changes maybe their behavior and so on. All this. So all eyes will be on a foreign teacher. So the students want to because you know what happens. The students, what they do, because they know that their local teachers, they know their style. The local teachers are very strict. Yes, very strict. They want the kids to follow because this is what they have been taught, that for a child to learn must be strict, and this child must listen attentively. That's their own perception about learning. That's their own perception, right? But it's different from the foreigners, how they think about what teaching is all about. So that's another culture. You have to learn about their culture, what they think is the best way for a child to learn. So that's why I said you are a center of attraction. If you come with your own ideas, which they don't like, you might find some problems teaching in the school and staying in a school for a long time. I've been teaching here. I would just say I didn't change much. I didn't change many schools. I'll tell you about my history later, how I changed jobs. But I didn't change many schools. I didn't change them a lot. So I just, I think I taught in the kindergarten. Like I said, I taught in the kindergarten. Some of these, like 18 years, of course, it's a long time. In other places, I would stay for 2 years, other places for 3 years. But this one, I've been staying for a long time. Right? Yes, for a long time. So, now, where's the problem? Why is it some foreigners, they don't stay long in I will be telling you the reason. So, listen carefully about this one. And please make sure that you don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because my YouTube channel has got a lot of information about those who want to move to Asia and do, could be business opportunities, it could be work related opportunities, it could be studying. Some students who want to come here, get in touch with me. I'm there to help you to cross that bridge. So this is my message to you, to those who want to follow, to want to subscribe. Just do that on my YouTube channel and you will get your dream realized. Okay, so what happens? Right, you are at the center of attraction. The employers, they want to see things happening. The parents of these kids, they want to see progress. The kids, they are also excited. They want to, why I said you must balance. You must know how to approach. So that's why sometimes they ask teachers with experience, because they know how to. Because it's quite a tricky situation. It's very, very tricky. If you are a teacher or you just coming first time, that would be very tricky and sensitive in some cases. I will tell you more about that, how sensitive it is when you are teaching English in a situation, in a country where English is learned as a foreign language, because there are cultural beliefs. They are sensitive, and also some other issues related to teaching. So I'm focusing on, you are a person at the center of attraction. You must satisfy all the stakeholders. So what should you do? Right. One, you must satisfy the student. He must be happy. That's when you are teaching in the let's say kindergarten. It's another one, and also training schools. Because why I'm saying training schools, because in a training school, like I said, you have classes on the weekends, because the students won't be going to their normal classes in the public school, so they will have a weekend. So during the weekend, then they go to do some after school activities, okay, on the weekends. So some might go for English classes and others. They've got a lot of things to do. They want to learn more. So when you are in a training school, training schools, what they do, these training schools, they are not, of course, they would want also to teach better, because for them to receive, to get more students, they must be reputable institutions or these training schools. But most importantly, they are after money. They are after, because they are training schools. When they see someone coming to their training schools, that's money. So you see the difference when you see when you are in a training school. If a teacher is in a training school and the teacher in the public school, there's a difference. The one that is in the training school, the bosses are after money, because they want to get more students to come and get more money and become more, they become rich and rich and rich. That's what they want. So I'm looking at both sides. Okay, let's look at both sides. Okay, first for private schools, because they need money to